Hi guys, welcome
guys.
back to our channel. We are doing part 2 of the Elisa Lam case today.
And if you haven't seen part 1, guys, please go back and watch it, and then watch this one.
Yeah, because they won't know what's going on. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, just a brief overview. 21-year-old girl that went missing from the Cecil Hotel. There's been a lot of publicity on this case.
Controversy.
It's just a crazy case. So make sure that you watch part 1 first. So for part 2, we're going to sit down with our psychic medium friend Glenn Teza, who is absolutely amazing. He works on missing person cases with the police for, many years, right, Sue?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just been doing it for so long. And he does that out of the goodness of his own heart. He does not charge for that.
Oh, no.
And he's helped to find, locate a lot of people. So, again, we're going to do a video chat and do the best we can because we don't have internet here at Maplecroft. And we are going to interview Glenn, and we're going to see if Elisa will come through and speak to us.
Because that'll be great if you can bring her through.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get her to speak.
I think that would be the best because I do feel like she really wants to get her story out. And she's been around, and she's waiting. She's waiting to get her story out. So we'll see what happens. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, so we have our good friend, Glenn Teza, with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you. I didn't mean thank you.
We really appreciate it. Glenn is a psychic medium, and he has an interesting take on the Elisa Lam case, so we wanted to get his take. Do you want to tell us your thoughts, Glenn?
Yeah, I'm still working on it as other psychics are, and I can't say so much, but I'll try to give you what I feel and what's going on right now. As you know, there's a Netflix, I believe it's Netflix, has a series on it now, and that's sparking a lot of interest, but it's also very slanted, like it's a closed, open, closed, shade,
Right.
can't speak, open and closed case, but it's not. It's still an open case, basically. There are people like me working on it, and officials. That's why I can't say so much, but I'm going to go around that.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I can get. Basically, it changed its name to Stay on Main, and they had an interview the proprietor, the ex-lady, and saying that there's nothing wrong there except people pass there a lot. And there's a history of like Mr. Ramirez and another serial killer lived there, and the Black Dahlia went in the lobby the day she died. Like these, because it's downtown Skid Row, LA, and I want to tell you something about that area. That area is very dark, energy-wise. Not because there's homeless by the dozen, which there is there, and it's negative. We all have drugs and crime and everything like that. But the Elisa Lam thing is a very interesting thing because she happened to have mental illness.
Right.
And they're using that in some of her blogs. She was just a girl, basically wanted to break away from her family a little bit and be independent. And she had a lot of friends online, and she didn't like having her illness. And she comes to me on and off, still, because we're working on it. And it's very hard for her. She's transitioned on the other side, but she knows what's going on here, where everybody's got an interest about this, and she does want justice. But I'll just tell you right now that this was not suicide. It was not an episode of bipolar, although if you see those video clips, they look very convincing. But there's so much footage she shows me. She's here now.
Hi.
So
Hi, Elisa.
You want to ask questions to her? That would be good.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to ask, Sue?
Okay. What would you like to ask her? Because she says she's eager. She says she comes as a friend. And she's laughing. So her sense of humor is good on the other side. She's safe, she said. She said she likes that she's famous, but not for what happened. And she doesn't like to talk about what happened, but she will say repeatedly, I did not commit suicide. I did not commit suicide.
Was she being influenced by those dark spirits there?
Yes, everybody there that worked there at the time, because we're going back 6, 7, 8 years, were. And plus she's showing me that before her trip to break away from her family for a little this. There's a dark side I know, and she's saying and showing it, but she doesn't like to talk about that. She's not in the light, okay?
Good.
But there are people
Good.
that go and stay on the astral plane that are in the dark, which is why that history in that hotel is still seeping. When I went a few years ago, it was very dark, like heavy at every floor.
Hold that.
And, you know, a lot of violence, a lot of drugs, and then the past history. And people have practiced witchcraft, satanic, magic out there. And she went innocently to get away. She felt great. You know, kind of like going away, having fun, living an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And she was taking her meds. She said, she's showing me 8 individuals that were human form, meaning people there at the time that are responsible for her death. And they were worshiping or practicing the dark arts. Now, if you practice that stuff, you invite that stuff in, your life becomes crummy, you know. None of the people that are so-called witches or dark people are really successful. If they have the money, they're selling their soul, not to the devil, but to their energy will change. They will not have support from spirit and the light, so they can make money, but their lives are miserable. We see this now coming up in our generation because the world is entering the age of Aquarius. So she had that energy, that Aquarian energy, very Piscean, very smart, very intuitive, a lot of Cancer in her chart. I don't know what her sign was. She's saying to me, I'm sorry I'm babbling, she's saying to me, and I have to slow down her speech because it's like rapid, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yes, there's dark entities there still. They can, you know, paint over places and whatever. That doesn't get rid of it. Even there's had exorcisms, but they haven't worked. And they'd have to demolish it. It's really the land. But this was a trickery. She was lured there under the false impression of not just friendships, which she was hoping to make, and free herself from her family for a little while. It was just a trip. She's amazed that she's become so famous, but she's showing me she's happy when she's there, when she walked in and checked in. And she was put in a room with 3 girls, like a sorority. And, not a sorority, she was sharing a room. And the girls were really shady, and she didn't like it, and requested a change. Now, the picture they paint is that she was difficult. But no, she wasn't. So she's very adamant and upset about her death that way. Because it's not suicide, and she felt the dark energy and wanted to leave. And she was on her way to leave before she was murdered, basically. So they're still there, the dark energies, and people there influenced by it are still hanging in the lobby and living in that hotel. Well, it's under renovation, it's open and closed, but there are the person that murdered her, she's saying, still lives in the building, rent-free.
Wow.
Now, what was she doing in the elevator footage? Will she tell us?
Yes, that's what she's upset about. She's saying a lot of footage of that was destroyed, but they actually have footage of her talking to her perpetrator. And they're out of camera lens, they're out of the camera view that you see.
Right.
And so it looks like she's playing hide and seek and all that. Well, in a way, it was fun. They were playing like around. The other people were drinking and doing drugs. So they were like having fun with her, kind of screwing with her. And she was like having fun. Oh, this is cool. We'll play elevator games. We'll walk around. But then it got dark really quick because she knew their intention. She's showing me her, and I'm feeling it too because I feel what I see. She's showing me their intentions turned very evil, very quick. And she realized she was trapped. And that's when you see some of the footage. She's happy and looks like she's just playing around. And then she's trying to reason with somebody out there, and one of the perpetrators. And there's about 8 of them. I get 5 in the lobby, 3 upstairs with her, and out of camera range. And a lot of the footage was destroyed, she said, which would exonerate her, make her feel better if people would see that she didn't take her own life. And her family knows this, but the case is closed. She's very upset that she left early. Oh, she wants to thank you. She wants to thank you for caring about this case.
Yes.
And she doesn't like some of the notoriety that you're showing because a lot of people are just doing it for money. To make a the negative energy's there. She still is pulled there, but she's in the light. She went to her grandmother, she said.
Oh, good. Can I ask her one more question?
You can ask many questions.
Okay, we just did a spirit box session here, and we were calling out to her. We did get a female voice come over. Was that her trying to speak to us?
No.
It was not.
And sorry that wasn't, because I know that you guys do pick up, like, anybody can get a spirit box, but I know you guys, your work, and I know that you get real people. It's like the Ouija board, but you guys are protected more, but that wasn't her. That was somebody playing around.
Okay.
Sorry about that. But if you keep, I would encourage you to keep trying to contact her, because she said, I will go to the right people.
Oh, great.
She's very, she will talk to you. It'll probably be later tonight, so keep me posted, because she said she will talk to you.
All right, thank you.
So we'll do another spirit box
Yeah.
session later for her, special for her.
Yes, thank you for speaking
Yeah.
to
You
us.
should. I
Thank you,
actually
Lisa.
recommend that.
Okay.
But she's still here with me if you want to ask her anything.
Okay. Do you have any questions for her?
I just had a question. Now, you were talking about the speakeasy, Elisa. That sounded like a lot of fun. How did you lose your cell phone? You said you lost your cell phone when you were there, though.
Yeah, it was stolen.
Oh, no.
It was stolen, and there's a lot of proof on that. One of the perpetrators, a woman, I believe, that befriended her because they were needed 8 kids. And I see the perpetrator. He's not going to get caught yet, and she's very upset about that. So that's why she wants you guys to keep doing this, and everybody, because it does help a little. But it was stolen. I'm glad you brought that up, because while I was just talking and channeling her, she kept showing me the phone, so you asked me the right question. So we're in sync. She's here.
Very good. Very good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they will get her
was-
killer eventually?
No.
Oh.
That's so sad.
She was tricked. Today you would call it like for a good 6 months, 7 months before, she was befriended by certain people. So she would have friends to come visit when she traveled to San Diego and LA. I think her next stop was San Diego or something, but she was going to another stop after this. But they're painting a bad picture of her, and her sister knows the truth, and the parents are still heartbroken that they just closed the case. And she said, she relives her death occasionally, and very painful stuff. And she said, I wish, it's like a morbid curiosity that people have. You see a car wreck on the road, you want to look or whatever. She has it about herself, where most victims, they're like, I don't want to relive my life. I don't get that from her. She's telling me, I can handle it, it just pisses her off. She's a lot stronger than people are painting her, and she doesn't like the defamation of character.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not going to get vindication. And I could argue with spirit, but I don't see it. And anything can change, and I believe that's why doing this might help.
Now,
But, go ahead.
Did
Please
she-
ask while she's here, because they use more energy.
okay, Elisa, how did you get up to the roof? Did you climb the fire escape?
Yes, no.
No.
What happened was she was forced to, there was 2 people in front of her, 2 people behind her, and they all went up. She's showing a maintenance man that found her, but another maintenance man they didn't interview was part of it. The alarm did not go off. Usually it's set. And it was controlled by the front desk. She's saying that somebody at the front desk was on it. It was a setup. She was set up.
Oh, jeez.
And they did a ritual. She said there was abuse. The original autopsy was fudged, and there's 3 of them. So now they say probable suicide or misadventure between accidents.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
changed a couple
She
times.
was not in a fog. In fact, she wasn't even drugged. She's showing me that they were chasing her, and there's a lot of footage on the elevator that she said is thrown away and put in a vault, and some were destroyed, actually burned by her killer. Her killer is allowed to do this. He's a young man, and he's very wealthy and connected to a political figure. His father knows what happened, and it's covered up. And there were people at the hotel that still are connected to that hotel. A lot of them have left, but the woman, she said that the owner at the time knew what was happening, but was very frightened to tell, and for her own life. So a lot of people there know what happened, and she haunts them kind of to make them what? Oh, it's interesting. This is interesting. She's telling me the woman who was a proprietor, they interviewed for a documentary or something, is basically scared witless she'll be hurt. And so they have to paint a picture like, not just to make money, cover this up, because they have had misadventures that you don't hear about. And the only reason you heard about her is because she was found in the water tank. And she's saying the guy who, this is interesting because I'll tell you why. I'm not telling you stuff I can't tell you, which is good, because I'm still working on it, but she's telling the story for me in a way. She knows, like, she can't say too much legally, and I can't say it, but she's telling and showing that the guy who did this to her, with the ringleader, the magician, the cult leader in his mind, leads a double life, is a druggie, highly drugged all the time, constant, but functions. And very big guy, like she said, he smiled at her in the lobby a lot, and then eventually befriended her. And then she didn't know that he was friends with other girls and guys that she was talking online with all these months before. So she thought it was a big reunion. And she really was like a kid. Her energy is very sweet, but she's super intelligent. She invented something, she said.
Oh, yeah?
You know that her murder is connected somehow to something she invented. I can't go into it, she said, but they have killed innocent people, not for nothing, just sacrifice. She said she was horrified because she really thought she made some cool friends.
Aww.
And a lot of her blogs and stuff are fake, and that's why they took the phone, because they knew they would be caught if they played too much with her laptop, per se. And the phone was stolen. And she knew it was stolen. She kind of knew, like, these people weren't on the level. They didn't get the best of people that stayed in that hotel. They still don't.
Right.
They're going to do that now, where they'll have high class, and the other will be like low income rent. So they'll have long term people that stay there. She's saying she's very upset because all she wanted to do was have fun and get away, and she's very intelligent, and they make her look the opposite, so she's upset about that.
I don't
Not just
blame
that her passing's okay, she's with her grandmother. Right?
Good.
She said she ran right to her grandmother, and I'm seeing the day she died. You want to know about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to ask her? Okay. Because she's talking a lot, which is making my energy go up, and usually spirits do that. She's showing me that her phone was missing, and then it skips to her mind is jumbled. She's showing me that, and then she's showing me playfully talking to a girl and a guy that she said hi to them a lot. They're part of the group, and they were like, "You're gonna go out with us. You're gonna play with us tonight. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." And she started to feel like I'm tired, and this is very interesting. She politely declined, but the more they said that, they would, "Come on, you're gonna go out with us. You're gonna do this," touching her and poking her and playing, and it got very annoying to her because she was super sensitive and psychic herself. I feel it.
Do you
Then
feel?
she knew something was wrong because they weren't listening to her boundaries, and she hated that. Like if you touched her skin, she'd feel ooh. But that's a disease. Actually, that's a disorder, a neurological disorder that people have. They don't even have treatment for it. So she was not mental. She just was sensitive, and they poked her, and they basically chased her up the flight of stairs. But it was playful, and she was just like, like in other words, I'm gonna go in my room, guys. Good night. You got me in my room. But that's when a guy blocked her entrance to the door to her room, and that's when things got bad. I see her look, and her face go complete horror. She sees weapons, knives. They were goth, some of them punkish. There's a really pretty blonde girl that stayed there that has long blonde hair. That's a suspect, but they'll never speak of this because this is an inside job. She said she didn't willingly go to the room. They all walked, and they killed her on the roof. She said, I was killed on the roof. And there's evidence, but the cops did not note it. There could have been DNA transfer on her body, which the water helped actually destroy. But there is, her autopsy suspects she was sexually assaulted.
She was not drowned.
No, she was sexually assaulted and beaten and choked. This guy liked to choke people to the point of death. And basically, well, she was alive, she said, when she quit, okay? And she was forced to go in. And there's a lot interesting about this case because, like, as you know, with the case where you live, there's a lot of logical reasons for why. And this documentary says logical reasons, plausible reasons, and they make like a close-cut case. And that can happen. Not everything is a conspiracy or death or murder or this or that. There's logical reasons. You know, like sometimes the husband kills his spouse, they also look at family and people close to them. And they overlook it sometimes, like in John Bonet's case. So in other words, they should have been out looking for other people too. But they happen to be right. Parents had complicit. This is totally out of her league. She never expected this. I'll tell you karmically, they incurred new karma on her. This is not something that these guys knew her in a past life. This is all new karma, which means that they were going to carry this karma, and she's an innocent victim. This is what you call accidental. I wasn't supposed to die now, and she's very angry about that.
We're gonna tell her story.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell her story on YouTube.
Yeah, she wants that. She wants it because you guys are earnest. She doesn't want to be like, not a charity case. She doesn't want to be looked at as crazy.
Right.
And they're making her look at. And she says she's very upset about people, but the people in the video, especially the old manager that's not there, her life is being threatened. So if you look at her, she said she looks terrified on some of the tape on the new interview. This lady,
Yes, she does.
She can't say anything. She knows about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
She's very upset, and she was put in the tank alive and drowned. And logically, what happened was, if you flush a toilet, you know how the water goes up and down? And sometimes it needs to be adjusted. When people flush the toilet or use the faucet, in this case, to drink water, the water fluctuated, and that's what caused her to really drown. She would not have died right away. So she did drown, but they're lying about bruises, they're lying about things on her body, and evidence of rape is gone, but not trauma on the body. In fact, one of the autopsies, they say there's anal abuse too as well. That was part of the ritual. This was, I'm going to show you I'm powerful. I'm worshiping Satan. I'm cool. You know, I can control life. And this guy is very tricky, and they all follow them, these kids. So she was like a gang that attacked her, pack of wolves, and she was cornered, and her mouth was held closed, she was slapped, she was very frightened. She's showing me this, and I feel it, it's horrible. And on the roof, like, she had no way to escape. They basically, you know, with a knife, and forced her physically up there, and pushed her in. And those are wounds you can see, but the autopsy is fudged. And this is a true story. Like, it looks very logical from one end. They want to close this case, but a lot of people's invested in this. And somehow, she's connected to something higher up in government 2 as her killer is. And I'm not allowed to speak of that.
Okay.
But it's a very complicated case. But she really went there just to get away, work on her work, she says, her life journey, journaling, her work. She showed me her work, which means she had some kind of work, like if you go to school to be a doctor or a lab, she had some, I'm not allowed to say anymore, but she had some work that she was working on. So she would have been killed for nothing too. So basically this person and this guy and this ringleader, they kill for nothing under the guise of a Satan worship sacrifice. And, you know, it's sad because she not only was a good person, she said she was going to help something in the world and make a name for herself and contribute, not just being a regular good person. She doesn't like the fact that her mom's suffering and she's saying sorry to her mom. So I think she's sorry because she just had to, she felt she had to go. And she was to get away, not to be murdered, see?
Right.
And she's shocked, and it incurred new karma. These people will pay another way in this life and the next. And she is pure, because she was an innocent victim. There are like deaths that aren't banned, and this is one of them. And it's an exit point, but she's okay now, and she likes you guys, and I'm not just saying that. She likes you guys. She's seen your other documentary channel stuff. No, she's actually very, very sweet. She's got a broad smile. She says she's a she likes to hug people. She doesn't like to be touched, but she'll hug them. So she really, it's sad, but she's okay, she said, and she's working on trying to get her case appealed over there, like trying to get this guy caught. That's why she wanted you guys to like help.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody else. So she'll take anybody's help except the people that are out to make money on it.
Okay, well, we just want to tell her story, and we're very sorry it happened to you. But we're going to put your voice out there, your side of it.
She did talk to you, and she's very happy, and she said no apology needed. She's very smart. She's very you know, down to earth but intelligent, and she just doesn't like to. Don't make me a joke. She says, "Don't make me a joke like everybody else, and you'll be fine." She goes, "I'll talk." That's
Thank
really
you.
good.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's amazing.
Thank you very much, Elisa.
Glenn, do you feel like she was an empath?
Well, yes. See, I use that. I don't like those terms.
Okay.
I'm old school. No, it's okay. I'm old school. You're psychic. You know, you're clairaudient, you're clairvoyant, you're clear this, you're clear, you know, anything like that. But yes, she was an empath because you feel very deeply. Being psychic means you feel, not see. So she really felt everything deeply, like I said.
I felt that.
She's bipolar, but not everybody who is bipolar is sensitive.
Right.
But yes, she was very much psychic. She has it in her chart. If I can find her chart, if you guys know astrology, I'd love to know that. Because I know that she's got water in certain placements that make her very psychic and empathic, yes.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
sensed.
So-
Yep. I sensed
But
that.
she didn't, you know, by the time this happened, though, I can't read for myself. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she
Yeah.
never saw that coming.
No.
She never got that sense from these people.
No.
Yeah.
Not until it was too late. And
Right.
she, like
Yeah.
I said, it was a playful game, and they were drugged, but she wasn't. She's saying something really interesting.
Okay.
She's saying she wishes she was drugged because she wouldn't have felt the horror.
Was sorry.
And,
I
you
know
know,
what they saw.
and I work on a lot of these cases that people are drugged or slipped the date rape drug. There are always, you know, traces of that. It's nothing. She said, I wish I was. So to answer your question, Debbie, she said, she knows who you are. She said, Debbie, and Sue, that to being very empathic, I wish I was drugged. It was hard.
Yeah.
But she's good now. She likes that you're doing this, but she doesn't agree with me. And like that I see as a psychic, the case won't be solved. But I do feel they'll be charged for other crimes, but let off. So that's not exactly victory in this life for her. You know, but she knows that, you know, she's just happy it's over. And she knows that you guys are very earnest, she said. Those are her words, not mine. So I'm repeating things sometimes. She's saying, she's getting angry at them. Like she's testy. She's just not, I don't mean like a joke, like, but she's like precise, so she's very intelligent.
Yeah.
She's saying, this is interesting. She would be there tonight if she was alive. She'd be with you working on a case.
I bet she would.
Well, she'd be welcome to.
Yeah.
I really mean this. She says she's going to come through. That wasn't her before, but people on the astral plane are just like the people that took her life. They chose darkness. They don't want to go to the light yet,
Mm-hmm.
And that's why people shouldn't use Ouija boards and stuff like that. But these voice boxes are good if the person's earnest. So you guys say your prayers and do what you do, and she's going to come through.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elisa.
No, she says thank you.
Aw.
She says that she really liked you guys a lot. That's really nice. It's sweet.
That is very nice.
See, she's a good person, and it'll balance out, guys. I tell you this all the time as a psychic. We don't suffer over there. They have a choice to go to the light, and she was like right there. But she suffered a little bit, but that's all gone, and she just gets feelings of it, or without feeling. Like I see murders that happen, and I feel the feeling right away. Then I look at it again, and it's silent, so I don't get upset. And it's kind of like that. So she was very empathic, and she had a lot of interest in very scientific, very approach. Like she was going to be more of like a scientist, even though it doesn't show that in her background. She could be a writer, actually, too, I thought.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, that's the world's loss.
Yeah.
We all have a lot of skills and talents we use and don't use,
Yeah.
and their abilities. So it's good that you guys are doing this for the right reasons. I'm really honored you asked me to come, but she's really here, which is very interesting. I thought she'd be shy.
Without you, we wouldn't know that, though, Glenn, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss you guys. No, thank you. It's a pleasure. I mean, but that's my take as a psychic and her telling me. It's not what you seem. A lot of the footage was destroyed, and a lot of it was kept so they can relive it and feel powerful and look over it. And she's saying real quick, if you look at the digital tapes, they're blended together. They're gonna say it's something logical, like the cops just show you clips. Blah, blah, blah. No, there's a lot of footage that's missing. They have cameras in that, and anywhere in that place except the toilets. So they were purposely off, like with Aaron Hernandez, by the way, with his case of Fall River, and he killed himself in the jail. The cameras were coincidentally off that night or didn't work. Come on,
Right.
So, but she's happy that people don't believe that it was just nothing.
Yeah.
That's making her feel. No, the energy makes her feel really good because there's a lot of people that are on her side.
Good.
Well, that makes me happy.
That's the spirit.
Right.
What, hon?
Do you want to give your information, Glenn, so people can contact you if they would like a reading?
Yes, thank you. Anytime. I'm going to be on video eventually. I have things going on in my personal life, but I'm just starting to do readings now after taking a big hiatus. So they can contact me at 973-816-6739. I do it the old school way right now because I'm surprised that you're actually seeing me and I'm seeing you. So just 973-816-6739, and they can schedule a book a phone reading or in-person reading. I'm in New Jersey.
He's awesome, guys. He's awesome.
He is
Look him up,
amazing,
guys.
guys. Yes. Oh,
I
Glenn,
love you.
thank you so much.
She's sending me a pink Valentine heart, and she's wearing a red turtleneck, and her hair is up, and she's smiling, red lipstick, and she looks great.
Oh, I can picture
So
it when you
she's
said
fine.
that.
And she's fine. So she said, "Go easy on her. Go easy on me. I'll express what I can." And here's the other thing, guys. Your energies count. So like, if you were tired, you might not get what I'm getting, but you'll get whatever she gives you, because they have to, like ghosts, but she's a spirit. They have to draw from our energy
Okay.
to give. So contact her tonight.
All
We
right.
definitely will.
Okay.
Thank you, Glenn.
And tell her they'll pay on the other side if not here.
Yeah.
Okay, she heard you. So,
All right.
okay.
Thanks so much.
I love
again.
you guys. Have a great night.
You too.
Love you too. Thank you. We
Keep
will.
up the good work.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
All right.
You know me. You'll hear about them for for 2 months before I come. But I'll be there.
Oh,
I'll be there in
that's
spirit.
awesome.
I'll be there in spirit in the meantime.
Okay, Glenn.
Perfect.
All right, bye.
Good night, guys.
Night.
Bye, thanks. So Glenn had said that he believed that Elisa would probably come and speak to us later this evening, so we're just gonna do a spirit box session and see if we can get her to come through. Maybe answer some questions for us.
All right, so let's do it.
Yeah. So Glenn had said, can you tell us what happened? Was it foul play? Yeah,
That was her.
she said
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I heard that. So this was our spirit box session that we did just for Elisa. At the end of the evening, Glenn had said to give it a shot again. She might come through. Her voice did come through. It was very sing-songy. So you can kind of hear it at the end. I asked if there was foul play. You hear foul play? Can you tell us what happened? Was it foul play? So very sing-songy. Do you have any messages for your parents? So again, spirit box session for Elisa. Just me and Sue. I asked Elisa if she had any message for her parents, and very shaky voice at the end. You can hear, "Hi, Mom." I'm gonna play that again. She also says yes when I ask her as well. All right, so that was crazy. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I really, I just want to say again, my little disclosure, these are all just our opinions and the opinions of our guests and the opinion of Elisa Lam as well. But that was, I feel like she definitely did come through Glenn.
I mean, I got that sense that he was talking.
Yeah, and I feel good that she wants us to do this story, and that, you know, she knows that we'll do it properly, and she doesn't mind people telling her story because she wants to get it out there as long as they're not doing it for the money and they're doing it for the right reason.
She seemed very concerned about how she was being portrayed, I thought.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was very upset that they were portraying it, and you know, if you think about it, it was the perfect story that they presented. They took every single little aspect of bipolar and put it out there. The paranoia, the psychotic episode. So they basically painted, in my opinion, painted a picture of her that they wanted us to see. And I think she's not happy about that.
No, and I wouldn't blame her, Deb. I mean, like I said, you're only seeing that one view from the elevator.
Right.
You can't judge if someone was there or not.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's a whole other story that, you know, not too many people are talking about, and it was from Elisa herself, you know, and Glenn had told us, he said, I think if you do another spirit box tonight, he said, you know, I do think that she will come through, and she did. She came through. I heard her. I think she was having a little bit of trouble coming through. You know, her voice did sound very sing-songy at one point, and then it sounded kind of weak. But she did come through. But it was kind of funny because if you remember, we were filming, and I was last weekend, and I was talking, and then we heard this loud knocking. Now, it doesn't sound as loud on the video, but you can still hear the knocking.
Oh, the elevator part, right?
Yes, and I just kept talking, because I thought it was just Maplecroft, because we hear things like that all the time here.
Constantly. Well, we're filming now, we're hearing
Right,
different noises.
exactly. So, but then we stopped, and I could see Sue, you were thinking, I saw those wheels turning. She's like, wait a minute, Deb, what were you talking about when?
We heard the sound.
Yeah, and I was talking about how it looked like she was having a psychotic episode when she was in the elevator or getting out of the elevator, and that's what she did not want to be portrayed as, and you were thinking like...
I just got this vision in my mind that you're saying that, and all of a sudden we're hearing, in my mind it was like a no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Like, that's not right.
exactly. So we do, I mean, I think she was here with us, but I want to show you guys that footage.
Yeah, check it out, you decide.
I saved it. So my client will tell you to this day that it was that house. I mean, it was heartbreaking to watch. She lost her home, her family, and her career. So, you know, Lisa could have been absorbing a lot of that energy and not realizing. So when we look at that elevator footage, I really thought that she may have been having a psychotic episode, which would have fit in with her bipolar. But it's difficult to say that because we didn't see all of the footage. There could have definitely been somebody else out in that
Absolutely.
hallway. You know, we really don't know. What is that? We're at Maplecroft, guys. So it was quite the case.
Yeah.
Very controversial, and you had some thoughts as well, Sue, on a couple of things that you wanted to bring up.
I just found a couple of facts a little strange to me.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us, we work at a bed and breakfast, Deb,
Right,
right? I mean, it's
yeah.
not a hotel, but it's a bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
So here's this girl who's supposed to check out on February 1st.
yeah,
Housekeeping enters her room, sees all of her clothing there, her purse, I believe,
Yeah.
laptop.
yeah.
What do, Deb? They box it all up and put it into some storage.
Right.
I mean, they don't even report this.
And this is a 21-year-old girl traveling alone.
Traveling alone. If
And
that
then-
happened at our B&B, we'd be like, oh my God,
Right, exactly.
what happened to this person? We'd be
Yeah.
trying to contact the person.
Right.
If not, we'd definitely be contacting the police.
Yeah.
Listen,
For
something
sure.
strange is going on here.
Right,
But no, the hotel does none of that.
no,
Odd.
yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I do think she meant foul play. She, you know, she actually came out and told us her story, and I believe her story. I really do.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
it makes a lot of sense.
the coroner's calling it accidental because he sees no trauma on the body. Well, if I have a gun to you, if I have a knife to you, and I tell you to go up that ladder,
Yeah.
get in that tank,
Yeah,
you're not gonna have trauma on your body.
exactly.
But that doesn't mean that you did it of your own accord either.
Right,
So it's a possibility, who knows?
it is, yeah. And then, what were you saying that you spoke with Glenn about?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we do know that she wasn't taking her medication properly, so
Right,
there's that aspect of it. So I
Yeah.
did have a question for Glenn off camera. I said,
Right.
listen, Glenn, you know, I know nothing about what happens to you when you pass away. If this girl's suffering from bipolar and she passes away during, what did you call it, a psychotic episode,
yeah,
can that carry over? And he said to me, you know what, Sue? Her soul could be in that state still,
Right.
or, you know,
yeah,
for a little bit until,
yeah.
until she's healed.
She could still have the bipolar.
So is
Exactly.
she still thinking that this happened to her?
Right,
Guys, it's just so complicated, it really is.
yeah, it's a difficult case, you know. It just, you guys will have to make your own assumptions from everything that we presented through a psychologist, through a psychic medium, you know, what we thought happened. So, you know, we kind of put out our theories, a few other theories. We let you guys hear from Elisa herself as to what she claims that happened. So we can put it all together and maybe try to figure out, or just decide what you believe, you know. We put our beliefs out there and what we think. But it's been a crazy case, and she's been with us the entire time. She's been watching, like
Oh,
Glenn
yeah.
said, she's with you and she's watching, so.
Oh, I've had that sense that she's been around
Yeah.
for this story. But
She really has, you know, and like I said in part one, it's a little different for us because we communicate with them, you know, so they stick around and they hover until we're finished with their case. They wanna make sure, you know, we do them justice, and we try our hardest, we really do. But we just wanna thank you guys so much for watching, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Check out our Facebook page, Lizzie Borden Tour Guide Investigations as well.
Like and follow us on YouTube, guys.
Yes.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. And, you
That's
know,
about it.
that's about it. It was a crazy, crazy, crazy wild case again.
Yep.
This one turned out way more intense than I had thought that it would, but
Very sad. That's
yeah, I
such a
know,
sad feeling, you know?
it really affects us when we do
It
these, so we
does.
take a little break in between, we'll do something fun next time. But again, thank you for watching, we love you guys, and be sure to share the love.